The second time and the third time the Venerable Udayi stated his position, and the second time and the third time the carpenter Panchakanga stated his. But the Venerable Udayi could not convince the carpenter Panchakanga, nor could the carpenter Panchakanga convince the Venerable Udayi. The Venerable Ananda heard this conversation between the Venerable Udayi and the carpenter Panchakanga. Then he approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, sat down to one side, and reported to the Blessed One the entire conversation. The Blessed One said, Ananda, it was a true method of exposition that the carpenter Panchakanga would not approve of from the monk Udayi, and it was a true method of exposition that the monk Udayi would not approve of from the carpenter Panchakanga. I have spoken of two kinds of feelings by one method of exposition. I have spoken of 3 kinds of feelings by another method of exposition. I have spoken of 5 kinds of feelings. Similarly, I have spoken of 6 kinds of feelings, 18 kinds of feelings, 36 kinds of feelings, and I have spoken of 108 kinds of feelings by still another method of exposition. Thus, Ananda, the Dhamma has been taught by me through different methods of exposition. Now I'll stop here for a moment. That's why from here you can see why it's important to study many suttas. Because if you study one sutta, you find the Buddha says there are only 2 kinds of feelings. And then you have this view, like this carpenter, he says, the Buddha says there's only 2 kinds of feelings. But the Venerable Udayi, he heard another talk by the Buddha where the Buddha said there are 3 kinds of feelings. Then he insists there's only 3 kinds of feelings. But actually the Buddha says he has given many talks and given different kinds of teaching, saying not only 2 and 3 kinds of feeling, there's also 5 kinds, 6 kinds, 18 kinds, 36 kinds and 108 kinds of feeling. When the Dhamma has been taught by me in such a way through different methods of exposition, it may be expected of those who will not concede, allow and approve of what is well stated and well spoken by others, that they will become contentious and quarrelsome and engage in disputes, and that they will dwell stabbing each other with verbal daggers. But when the Dhamma has been taught by me in such a way through different methods of exposition, it may be expected of those who will concede, allow and approve of what is well stated and well spoken by others, that they will live in concord, with mutual appreciation, without disputing, blending like milk and water, viewing each other with kindly eyes.